In America today, the divide is stark. Millions who champion socialist-style policies, expansive government, wealth redistribution, state control of key industries also demand stricter gun control. They call it public safety. Critics call it something darker, a calculated move to disarm the people before they can fight back. Today, we're examining the patterns, from ballot box to history's bloodiest regimes. Is it coincidence or design? Pew Research and other polls show it clearly. Voters and politicians who back socialist-leaning platforms overwhelmingly support tighter gun restrictions.
The world has changed. In Vermont and in New Hampshire and all over this country, people are sickened by the mass shootings that we have seen and the gun violence that we have seen. The world has changed and my views have changed. And my view is right now, we need universal background checks. We end the gun show loophole. We end the so-called straw man provision. We make certain that we end the sale and distribution of assault weapons in this country.
Bernie Sanders, a self-described democratic socialist, has shifted from earlier skepticism toward stronger federal gun measures.
Because the violence and the mothers that we have to comfort are losing children due to the guns and the carnage and the lawlessness unleashed by those states. I move on. Every week in recent memory, we have had at least one mass shooting. Because for all the billions and trillions that this body authorizes in the name of national security, we can't even keep our kids safe from their schools being turned into a war zone.
AOC, a leading voice in the Democratic Socialists of America, constantly ties gun control to broader calls for systematic change. The correlation isn't hidden. Those that want the state to control the economy also want the state to control the means of resistance. After the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution, Lenin's regime ordered civilians to surrender firearms. Only party loyalists could keep them. With civilians disarmed, the Red Terror unfolded. Millions would later die under Stalin. In 1949, Mao Zedong's communists took over power in China and rapidly moved to eliminate private firearms. Mao ensured only the party held the guns. Political power, Mao said, grows out of the barrel of a gun, and the party kept the barrels. In Venezuela, Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro's socialist project included the 2012 Disarmament Law, aimed at disarming all civilians. Public gun collections and forced disarmament followed. Crime and repression intensified as the population lost the practical ability to resist. Critics argue this sequence is no accident. An armed populace deters government overreach. The core idea behind the Second Amendment: once disarmed, citizens cannot easily fight back against nationalization or tyranny. Supporters of gun control reject this framing. They argue gun control addresses a public health crisis fueled by inequality, the very problem socialist policies aim to solve. The debate continues. Is it protection for families or preparation for unchallenged state power? Americans' founders understood that a disarmed people cannot defend their liberties. As voters weigh bigger government and tighter gun laws, history poses a starker question. Is this protection or preparation? There are multiple other examples throughout history of leftist governments taking power with communism, with socialism, and the patterns are always the same. Divide the people either by race or by economic class. You make promises about a utopian where everyone is going to be equal, that the evil rich or the oppressors are going to be put under heel. You give criminals free rein to cause terror on the population. You set them free, you do not hold them accountable, and those who defend themselves are held to a different standard. They are persecuted. They're put in jail. We see this pattern repeated time and time again. You cause lawlessness to where the people are begging for someone to come in and stop it. Then for a temporary time, as you gain power, you're able to fund all of these welfare and socialistic programs. The more you solidify power, the harder it is to be removed. You push for disarmament through various means, highlighting tragedies that have happened throughout history with firearms, and then the people, once disarmed, have no way to resist the tyranny. Another threat in this day and age is the foreign-born members of our own Congress who grew up not in the American tradition, but in other traditions from around the world. I'll talk about that in another video that I'll link here. But for now, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below, and we'll see you next time. If you carry or keep a firearm for self-defense, you already know the truth. The fight doesn't end when the shooting stops. After a defensive incident, the legal system starts moving fast, and every word you say matters. That's why I trust attorneys on retainer. One call puts you in contact with a real attorney immediately, day or night, because the right move after self-defense is legal protection. Sign up today using my code and save on your membership.